man. That's why they teaching that nonsense, man.
Go on.
I got something right here in Amos 5:12. It says, "For I know your manifold transgressions and your mighty sins. They afflict the just. They take a bribe, and they turn aside the poor." Well, he calls us bums.
Yeah, he calls us bums.
"In the gate from their right." What is their right? To receive the truth.
Yeah. Hey, well, Nate, you're not a bum because you've taken a bribe. All right? I looked up that word bribe. The Hebrew word there is shakah. It says present bribe. Then down here in the genuous, it says a present, a gift, especially one to free from punishment. So part of this knowledge is we're supposed to be punished. We're supposed to suffer. You look at Yahushua suffered. So we're supposed to suffer. So these guys, they took the bribe because they're tired of suffering. You had one guy that made a statement, Yashuan, he said, "I'm tired of being broke." Well, part of being in this knowledge is
he got a bribe.
He got a bribe. He took a bribe.
Satan gave him the bribe.
Right.
Satan actually gave him that bribe, man.
Right. Yeah. You know, they make the statements like, "I'm tired of being broke," when part of being in this knowledge is to be broke. All right? What did the prophet say? Give me neither...
Give me... Matter of fact, go to that. Go to that, brother.
Yeah. See, you guys, man, you think this thing is about being like, like you're a superstar.
Right.
You know?
While you're looking for that, well, that's what they were looking for, to be a superstar. While you're looking for that, I'm going to go to 1 Samuel's, the 12th chapter and the 3rd verse. This is Samuel speaking to the congregation. It said, "Behold, here I am, witness against me before the Lord and before his anointed. Whose ox have I taken? Or whose ass have I taken?" Like you got Mike Janner and Isaiah talking about how we stole this money and stole that money. We didn't steal a goddamn thing from nobody. All right? You charge $50 for the Passover. How you going to pay for the place and get the food and all that? And you're supposed to, Deuteronomy 16:16, read that.
Right.
And then you came for a couple of years, so you didn't all of a sudden you go to the last one, then you jump ship.
Yeah.
Now you're talking shit, you know? It says of whom, I'm sorry. It says, "Or whom have I defrauded?"
Whom have I defrauded? Yeah.
"Whom have I oppressed?"
Yeah. Like
Mike Joyner said that we forced him to write them books. We ain't forced him to write no damn books. And if we said, "Look, you know how to write, I want you to write books," you part of a soldier. Endure hardness as a good soldier. The top guys tell you to do something to push the gospel, man.
That's right.
We don't say, "Would you like to go out? Would you like to go out and speak today?" If you don't want to, that's all right.
You don't have to.
You want to take 6 months? No. That's why you got it. That's why you got camps, you dummy.
He used to beg Elder Tahar, Elder Apostle Tahar and the other apostles and elders to give him the next project for him to write.
Yeah, I got emails of the guy literally begging, man.
Yeah, we should have held them emails, man. But he's out of there. He's out of there, man.
Yeah.
Or of whose hand have I received any bribe to blind my eyes therewith, and I will restore it.
Yeah.
So what do we owe you, Isaiah? What do we owe you, Mike? We don't owe you a goddamn thing, man.
That's right.
We gave you the truth. Okay?
That's right. And that is why Nate, if I may, that is why Nate teaches the shit that he teaches. That is why, what's his name? Johanna teaches the shit that he teaches, because they took bribes. All right?
It has to be that. Why would you teach other than what you're teaching?
Right.
Somebody had to bring, like the funny bone, comfy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the discomforter. Everybody, even them niggas that took bribes, even them sellouts know that he's a sellout.
Right.
I mean, you a super sellout. If a sellout said you a sellout,
right.
Everybody know that, man. And who's up in that school there? You got Ariel. He's old as hell. Shaw is all up in age. They ain't got no power. They ain't running nothing, man. You got that nigga. He's a God sent comforter, but he can't lose weight.
Yeah.
Why would you run around being morbidly obese?
Right.
But you the God sent comforter, man.
Right, yeah, should be able to get in shape. Should be able to at least get in shape.
And then the people that's mostly in there are freaking women and
Right.
simple-minded dudes, man. Under zombie curse. That's why we call you guys zombies, man.
That's right. Hey, Judas Iscariot, he took a bribe. 30 pieces of silver, but at least he had enough integrity. He threw the money away. He said, I have betrayed innocent blood. Then the high priest said, well, what is that? What is that to us? What that got to do with us? Yeah. Then he threw the money. Well, they took the money and he threw it in the field, and the field was called the field of blood. But at least, and then Judas went and hung himself. But the point is, he took a bribe. So there is such a thing as taking bribes, man. And that's what them guys did. Nate took a bribe. Johanna took a bribe. Bubble-eyed Blackfish, he took a bribe. Those guys, they took bribes. Now, this is what I found in the scripture. This is the book of Proverbs 30, beginning at 7. It says, 2 things have I required of thee. Deny me them not before I die. Now, remember, Yahushua taught us, when he taught us to pray, he said, give us this day our daily bread. So all that's required, that we require from the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is money money in this case, just enough for the day, just enough to pay our bills, just enough, our daily bread. And this is
say this too.
Yeah.
You know, when you read about the Yahushua and the disciples, they had a treasurer.
Yeah, Judas was the treasurer.
He was a treasurer, you know?
Yeah.
Well, no, that wasn't Judas. It was Matthew. It was Matthew.
The scripture where he said this should have been when the woman anointed Yahushua, and he said
Matthew was a publican.
Yeah.
So he was a treasurer.
Oh, because there was a scripture where
well, bring it out.
Yeah.
Bring it on out. You know,
where the woman was anointed, and Judas said, "This could have been that oil could have been given to the poor." And it says he said because he was over the hold of the bag or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you got a point there, but I thought it was
Yeah.
Matthew's. All right. Hey, see, we having a mini little argument here. You know.
Given to the poor, I think is. Yeah. Well, that's what it's
now,
all
I know
about,
what scripture
man.
you're talking about.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. It's we're not gonna sham you brothers. You know. Oh, this is it.
Now, I know what the scripture is. You can read it though.
Con. But you know what? If I do remember correctly, that was in the Red Bible, and I think there was a parenthesis around it. I mean, because it's not here. Over here it says. Let me see.
Yeah, the scripture you're talking about is St. John 13 and 29.
Oh, okay. All right, that might be it then.
Okay.
Was it 13 and 29?
13 and 29 is one of them.
Oh.
Yeah, since Judas had charge of Judas
Had the
had
bag.
charge of the money.
Yeah. For some of them thought because Judas had the bag that Yahushua had said unto him,